Okay, here the topic is graphical solution of equations. Okay, it's exercise 1B of book 4, 6th edition, and I have taken question number 4 to explain it here. Using a scale of 2 cm to represent 1 unit on the x-axis and 1 cm to represent 1 unit on the y-axis. Draw the graph of y is equal to 6 plus x minus x square for minus 3 less than and equal to x less than and equal to 4. By adding a suitable straight line to your graph, solve each of the following equations graphically. Okay, so first of all, the values of x are given here. It's from minus 3 till 4. Okay, so we will take these x values and write in the table. So here we have x and we will write the corresponding values of y. Now, if the x values is starting from minus 3, so the first value will be minus 3, then minus 2. Because the x range is starting from minus 3 and it will end on 4. Okay. Now one by one we will substitute this value of x in the given function, which is y is equal to 6 plus x minus x square. Okay. So we will get the values of y. Okay. Then when we substitute minus 3 in this function, we will get minus 6. Now we have the values of x and y. With the help of these values, we will draw the graph. So now let's mark all these points on the graph. 2 cm to represent 1 unit on the x-axis. So it means we will take 20 small squares as 1 on x-axis and 1 cm to 1 unit on y-axis. So it means 10 small squares will be equal to 1. So here we have marked all these values. Like on x-axis on 20 small squares we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and similarly minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, and on y-axis on 10 small squares we have taken 1 on positive y-axis as well as on negative y-axis. Here we have positive x-axis, negative x-axis, here we have negative y-axis, and above we have positive y-axis. Now let's mark the values. The first value is minus 3 and minus 6. So here we have minus 3 and along with this minus 6. So we will mark this value on the graph paper. Then the next one is minus 2 and 0. So here we have minus 2 and 0 on its same point. Okay, because on x-axis all y values are 0. So here we have all the points. Now we will join all these points by means of a smooth curve. See, if I start from here, one by one we will join each point with the last point. Now do remember, here on 0 we have 6 and on 1 also we have 6. Okay, so here we will not join these 2 points by means of a straight line. We will join these points like this. See, okay, because here we are drawing a curve. Then we will join the remaining points with this. Now what are they asking? See, in the first part they are saying by adding a suitable straight line to your graph, solve each of the following equations graphically. Now if you just look part A, here we have 6 plus x minus x square is equal to 0. Okay, if you do the comparison of this equation with the given y function, which is y is equal to 6 plus x minus x squared. So the right hand side of this function is same as this one. So in place of 6 plus x minus x squared, we can write y. So y is equal to 0. Now tell me where we have y is equal to 0 line on the graph paper. Do remember the equation of x-axis is y is equal to 0. So it means where our curve is crossing the x-axis, okay, where our curve is crossing the x-axis means this point, okay, and this point. Okay, we will read these two x values and it will be the answer of this part. So here we have 3 and minus 2. Okay, so the answer of this part is 3 and minus 2. It will be the solution. Now in the B part we have 6 plus x minus x squared is equal to 1. Okay, now if we do the comparison of this left hand side with the given function, again it's equal to y. So y is equal to 1 here. Okay, now we will draw this line on the graph paper, which is y is equal to 1. Let's draw this line. So here we have a line which is y is equal to 1. Where this line is crossing the curve, we will read these x values. When we read these x value, it will be the solution of this part. Okay, so here and we read this x value, it will be minus 1.75, and similarly when we read it from the other point, it will be 2.75. Okay, so the answer of this part is minus 1.75 and 2.75. Okay, now let's see the third part of this. In the third part or C part, they are saying 6 plus x minus x squared is equal to minus 2. Now if we do the comparison of this with the given function, again it's equal to y. So y is equal to minus 2. Now we will draw this line on the graph. Where this line is crosses our curve, we will read these x values. Okay, so from here the x value is minus 2.3 and here the x value is 3.3. Okay, so the answer of this part is value of x is minus 2.3 and 3.3. Okay, now the most important is the last part. Okay, in the last part we have d is equal, last part d is 2 minus 3x minus x squared is equal to 0. Okay, now do remember that in all the remaining parts we were getting y on the left hand side. Okay, in this part we will make y on the left hand side by adding or subtracting values. Now if we check y, so y is equal to 6 plus x minus x squared. Okay, so if we make this left hand side as 6 plus x minus x squared, then what we will add and subtract from the left hand side? As we know that minus x square is already here, then we will not work on x square. Okay, we will work on the value of x and the constant 6. Okay, now how we can make this minus 3x as plus x? Okay, what we will add into this? If we add plus 4x, okay, minus 3x plus 4x, okay, so if it is minus 3x plus 4x, then it will be equal to positive x. Okay, minus x square is already here. Okay, then if we have 2 here, okay, how we can make it 6? If we add 4 into this, it will be 6. But before that, if we have added plus 4x, okay, so we cannot do this on the left hand side only. We have to do the same operation on the right hand side also. So if we are adding positive 4x on the left hand side, we will add same value on the right hand side also. Okay, then we have discussed that if we have 2 on the left hand side, okay, how we can make it 6? We will add 4 into this. So if we add plus 4 here, so same value we will add on the right hand side also. Now if we simplify this part, it will be 6 plus x minus x square is equal to 4x plus 4. Okay, now we can say that this is equal to y. So y is equal to 4x plus 4. Okay, do remember, now when we get the straight line equation, how we will draw this on the graph? We will find two values of x and y, and then we will use those two values to draw the straight line on the graph. As we know that in this question, the x values are starting from minus 3 and ending on 4. So if we take two x values, from this x range, we can take 0, minus 1, minus 2. Okay, so if we take 0, then the y value will be and we will substitute the 0 in this equation. Y is equal to 4x plus 4. Okay, so if we substitute 0 in place of x, what will be the value of y? It will be 4. If we substitute minus 1 in place of x, then the value of y will be 0. With the help of these 3 points, we can draw the straight line on the graph. Or with the help of 2 points also, we can draw the straight line. Now let's mark these 2 points on remember, your lines should be single and smooth. Okay, now where this line is crosses the curve, we will read this value on x-axis. Okay, so if we draw this on the x-axis, let's see that what will be the value of x. Okay, see, from here we can easily read the value of x. It will be .65. So it will be 0.65. So the answer of this part is x value is 0.65. Okay, so it will be the solution. Do remember that how we will solve these parts. One by one, we will make each part. The left hand side of the parts will be y. Okay, then we will draw these straight lines on the graph paper. Okay, and where our line will cross the x-axis, it will be the solution of the equation. Thank you so much.